Hello everyone, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am so excited because I'm going to be showing you how I created this look using the latest Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette. So this here is the Jawbreaker palette. These shades inside, I'm literally obsessed with every single one. This palette just screams me. So I cannot wait to show you how I created this look using the palette. And this tutorial is extra special because to create this look, I used all of my absolute favorite must-have Sigma Beauty brushes. So Sigma and I have teamed together to put all of my essential eye brushes into one set for you guys. So I'm introducing to you my Sigma Beauty favorites brush set. Guys, like what? That is my face, like doing my little smile pose and everything. Like this is just crazy. So my set contains 5 eye brushes, and I chose eye brushes because eyeshadow is easily my favorite step in my makeup routine, and it retails for 91 Australian dollars, which is 64 USD. And I know that's a little bit pricey, but this set is 20% off all of the brushes' original price and value. So this is the best price you are ever gonna get these brushes all together, and the Sigma Beauty quality is amazing. You know, Sigma was one of the first brands that ever reached out to me, so I have brushes that are over 2 years old and they are still in absolutely perfect condition. So I definitely think it is worth the money. And you know, I wanted to create a set that was so versatile for any eye look you can achieve with this brush set, whether it is like a really soft, neutral, everyday look, or whether it is a crazy, colorful cut crease look like this. Like I said, you're gonna be able to achieve it with this brush set, and I really hope that you guys love it. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you every single brush, how I love to use them, and why I chose them to be in my set, but a little bit more information about the brushes. So they are cruelty-free, and I have a 2-year warranty. There's free US shipping for purchases over $50. So for you guys in the US, if you do purchase my set, you may get that free shipping, and then there's free international shipping for purchases over $150. So you could always purchase a few more Sigma products, or you could buy the set with a friend just to make that free shipping. And if you do purchase any other products from Sigma, you can use my code KATIE10 to save yourself 10% off. That code system doesn't work for my set just because my set is already discounted at 20%. Either way, you're saving some money. And guess what, guys? My set is available right now for purchase, so it's gonna be the first link in my description box. If you are on the hunt for some new amazing eye brushes, it would truly mean the world to me if you were to check mine out and maybe consider purchasing mine and consider supporting me. And yeah, it would truly mean the world to me, and I really hope that you guys enjoy them. So without further ado, let's get started with this tutorial. So here's a close-up of the brush set, and when you open it up, there's a little insert card that has my face on it, and then a little quote from me just about the set, and then on the back, some information about the brushes. So all brushes will come in this little plastic slip just so that you know that they are brand new and just to protect them while traveling. And here they are. These are the brushes that I have chosen for my set. So versatile, you are gonna be able to achieve every single eye look with this set, and I cannot wait to show you how I love to use each brush in this tutorial. So taking the first brush, which is the Sigma Concealer F75 brush. And as you can see, my brows have been filled in, but they haven't been shaped. So they're looking a little bit messy, and I love to take concealer on this brush to really clean up and sharpen the edge of my brows. And I love to use this brush because it's so different to all the other concealer brushes that I own. Because as you saw by the close-up, it's not that usual rounded concealer brush. It comes to a tapered point, and it has angled edges. And I find that these angled edges make the process of creating sharp lines, creating shapes, just so much easier. Now that my brows are looking on point, as you saw, I've taken the P. Louise base and I'm applying that all over my lid to prep for the shadows. And again, I love to use this brush for this step because it's synthetic haired, it's really dense, so it's not going to soak up or absorb any of that product. It's just going to distribute it and blend it beautifully. Because this brush blends out bases so well, I thought let's add some colored bases today. So I'm taking the P. Louise bases in Yes A Yellow and Poppin' Pink, and I'm blending the two seamlessly together. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but this is going to help intensify the pigmentation of the shadows. Now taking Jeffree Star Cosmetics Jawbreaker palette and the next brush, which is the Blending E25. It's nice and fluffy, but it's not a round circular fluffy brush. It has a tapered point, which is perfect to apply in the crease. Taking the shade Raspberry with this brush, I'm using the flat side to really pack the color on my outer corner and then gradually applying it into my crease. The crease can sometimes be a little bit of a tricky area to apply color evenly, especially if you do have hooded eyes like myself. So I like to use the tip of the brush to really pack color into the crease. I'm just changing between using the tip and the flat edge of the brush. The flat edge is perfect when you want to create more of that diffused, blended look and when you want to really build up the intensity of the color. Now taking the shade Cherry Wet and doing the exact same process, so using tapping motions to ensure that I don't move any of that wet base and using the flat side of the brush to create a really soft, blown out, blended look. And I even like to go back in with that concealer brush to help with the blending process. So I like to use the tip of the brush to help blend together that eyeshadow and the base. Now taking the shade F Word with that same brush, and again I'm just doing the exact same process, and as you can tell we've gone from dark to light in order to create a beautiful gradient of color, and then again just going in with that concealer brush to help with the blending process. Taking the shade Wow, we're going to be switching brushes to the tapered Blending E35 brush. This is your perfect round fluffy brush that is essential for every single eye look. So I'm taking that and using windshield wiper motions as well as circular motions to apply that yellow and to blend out the whole look. And this brush, it seriously does the work for you. It effortlessly blends out shadows beautifully. Time to cut the crease, so I'm going back in with that base and that concealer brush. And as I mentioned earlier, because this is a tapered brush with angled edges, it makes carving out the cut crease so much easier. So if you've ever struggled to create that perfect, clean, sharp cut crease, I got you covered, girl. And as I do with all my cut creases, just taking some makeup remover on a cotton tip to remove all of the excess shadow under that cut crease to create a clean canvas for the next shadows. Now taking the Winged Liner E06 brush, and as you can see, this is an angled brush and it is super duper thin, perfect for liner and detailed work. So I'm going to use this and take the darkest shade we've used so far, so the shade Raspberry, and I'm going to be applying this around the very edges of the cut crease to help define it and make it look super duper sharp and precise. Then just going back in with that Blending E25 brush to blend out this harsh line to create a beautiful seamless look. Back in with that concealer F75 brush and reapplying that base on the lid to prep for the next shadows that we'll be going in with. And I like to turn the brush on its side to help diffuse any harsh lines between that base and the shadows in the outer corner. Sticking with that concealer brush as we're going to go in with another liquidy wet base product. So I'm taking the Too Faced Glitter Glue and applying this on top of that base on the lid, and this is going to act as an adhesive for the next shadows that we go in with to help them be more pigmented and intense. Introducing the last brush in my set, so I'm taking the shade Cotton Candy on the Cream Color E58 brush. This is a nice, dense, flat brush, perfect for applying pigments, shimmers, glitters. So I'm taking this shade and applying it on my outer half of my lid, and this brush really packs that shimmer onto the lid, whereas a brush that was, you know, more flimsy or softer or fluffier, it just wouldn't do the job. Whereas this brush, it does the job, and I cannot apply shimmers and glitters without this brush. I mean, you guys have seen me use it in pretty much every makeup tutorial. I'm obsessed with this brush. I'm taking the shade Lemon Drop and applying it on my inner half of my lid and gradually blending it into that pink to create a beautiful gradient from gold to pink. And back in with that blending E25 brush and more of the shade Cherry Wet to diffuse that harsh line between the shimmers and the mattes. As I mentioned earlier, I love using the Winged Liner E06 brush for eyeliner, but I thought rather than creating, you know, your typical black winged liner, I thought let's mix things up today. So I'm taking the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick in Drug Lord, and I'm lining the edge of the cut crease. And because this brush is so thin, as you can tell, it is so easy to create a super thin, precise, detailed line. I use that white as a base for the next shade, which is Queen Bee, and usually it would be quite hard to go over the top of a line that's already been created perfectly, precisely, but again, because this brush is so thin, I can do this step effortlessly. And just diffusing the edge of the liner with the blending E25 brush. With the Sam Marcel Luxurious Volumizing Mascara, I'm going to be coating my lashes before taking the Huda Beauty Faux Mink Lashes in style 12. Now, although this is a brush set, I wanted to show you other ways on how I love to use these brushes in my makeup routine, just to show you how versatile these brushes really are. One of my favorite concealers is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, but my beauty blender can never pick up the product because it's in a pot packaging. So I love to take the concealer brush to pick up the product and apply it under my eyes, and also use it to clean up and sharpen the edge of the eyeshadow. And then I can use the beauty blender to blend it out. Taking the shade Jawbreaker from the palette on the Tapered Blending E35 brush, and this brush is definitely fluffy enough to be your next highlighting brush. And oh my goodness, this eyeshadow as a highlight is so pretty, and this brush just blends it out beautifully and seamlessly. And because this brush is maybe a little bit smaller than your typical highlighting brush, you can be really precise when applying the product, and I love how it turned out. I'm also taking that shade on the Cream Color E58 brush to highlight my inner corner. I'm lining my waterline before continuing with the Cream Color brush to apply the darkest shade we've used so far, focusing that as close to my waterline as possible, and just working between the two blending brushes to apply the darkest to lightest shadows before finishing off the eye look with some lower lash mascara. Time for lips, so I'm taking the Super Beauty Moisture Matte in Abstract Thoughts and mixing in a tiny amount of the Sigma Liquid Lipstick in Foxglove, and this matches the eye look perfectly, and I'm obsessed with how it turned out. And there you have it. This is the finished look using the Jawbreaker palette and my Sigma Beauty Favorites brush set, which is available right now for purchase. So again, it's going to be the first link in my description box, and I really hope that you guys will check it out and love it as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm so grateful for all of your support, and I love you guys, and I will hopefully be seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.